What is good, C Squad? Today we're watching the second to last episode of Moral Orel. We only have one more episode after this, and then a 30-minute special. In a weird way, I'm actually kind of excited for the series to end, you know? Obviously, I love Moral Orel, but everything good must come to an end. Let's go. Ooh, I like this new version of the intro. It's more suspenseful. I have a feeling that something big is gonna happen this episode. Apparently, this should take place after the camping trip. Oh, dude, that's so cool. The librarian, I think her name is Miss Censordoll. This is the replica of Moralton that she made that we saw like in early season 3. But that was a really cool opening there. Obviously, we only have 2 episodes left, but I'm pretty sure Miss Censordoll was supposed to take over Moralton. I'm sorry for pausing for this, but I am loving the orchestra. I love well-composed music. I'm a fan of like modern rap, but I'm also a fan of like older music, especially classical music. It just sounds so good. 3 months ago? Okay, so I guess we're not starting off after the camping trip, which I'm okay with. I've gotten over my whole problem with that. I wonder if this is gonna be a Clay episode or Oral episode.
Stinking dead-end job.
Dinner will be a tad late tonight, dear.
How tad?
Oh, about a half hour. I need to finish this banner.
Outlaw all the eggs that come from between the legs. Oh, so this takes place when Oral was telling the town not to eat eggs because Miss Censordoll, her eggs got taken away from her, so therefore she loves eggs. I wonder why we're starting here, though.
That come from between the legs.
Orel, we've tried our best, young man, but it's high time we gave up.
No! We just have to outlaw eggs, Miss Censordoll. They're evil. Hey, I've got an idea.
I don't think you get me. I am sexually challenged, a carnally disabled human being.
Sexually challenged. That's pretty funny, actually. I am also sexually challenged. What am I talking about?
Officer Papermouth, I think it's about time people into not buying sinful, disgusting eggs.
I can only employ police brutality when it's officially against the law.
How can we make that happen?
Gotta convince the mayor, son.
Golly! Mr. Mayor, I'm here to suggest...
Orel?
Dad!
What are you doing here?
You're the mayor?
No fucking way. Oh my god. Oh my god, it all makes sense. Whenever Orel got into trouble in season 1 and 2, like for example, in season 1, episode 1, Orel revived the zombies, and the police were gonna arrest him like they should have, but then Clay told him not to, like he had power over them. After all this time, he's the mayor? I did guess that he had some sort of government type official job. I'm actually curious, what does the mayor do? What is the main job of a mayor? The mayor is the chief officer of the city. The mayor takes on a policy-making role by recommending policies to the council. Oh, no wonder why this town is absolutely fucked. Clay is the mayor. I don't know how to react. Like, oh my god, it explains so much. Clay could have done so much to change this city. He's probably made it worse. How does someone like Clay even become a mayor to begin with? I'm speechless.
Stinking dead-end job.
Also, that makes the running gag way more funny. Whenever Clay comes home from work, he always says stinking dead-end job. By the way, kudos to the writers, because that is the perfect job to give to Clay. I mean, obviously, Clay would be a terrible mayor in the real world, but just for the story, oh, that's so smart.
This is great! Now you can outlaw...
Also, I just realized, Orel didn't even know? How do you not know your own father is the mayor of Moralton? Obviously, Bilberta knew. Look, I'm still trying to process how someone like Clay becomes a mayor. I'm assuming you have to have good schooling, right? Being a mayor is not easy. Oh, that explains his artillery in his basement. He has a tunnel full of weapons. A lot of them I'm pretty sure are illegal to own. But if you're a mayor, you can do whatever you want. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that's a great reveal. But how has Orel not known this?
Now you can outlaw eggs!
Whoa now, my young man. It may make me unpopular with some very important people, like Miss Censordoll, for one. She loves eggs.
Oh yeah, I know, but she still agrees with me.
I'm not so sure your Miss Censored Doll really wants eggs illegal. You see, Oral, people don't always say what's on their mind.
They don't? That's silly.
Oh, don't ever call it silly, son. Not saying what's on our mind is what this country's based on.
That is so unbelievably true. I feel like if everybody were to say what's on their mind, things would be a lot worse because a lot of people are really sensitive, I feel like. This episode is off to an amazing start.
Oral!
Come on, Dad, you know they're wrong. Think about it. Think about where they come from. I mean, they practically squirt right out of that real thin.
First off, that imagery was gross. But second off, what is going on? Why are eggs reminding Clay of his mother, which is now reminding Clay of his mother's death? Death? Sorry, my mouth doesn't work all the time.
I mean, golly, can you imagine that?
Okay, alright, you win! I'm disgusting! I mean, it's disgusting!
Clay just slipped there for a second. He just said he was disgusting, and he meant that too. So what we just saw though, is it symbolizing that Clay just wants to be a kid again? Or does it mean he wants the loving care from his mother again? Maybe he hasn't mentally matured past the point of his mother's death? Because you know how it takes most people like a good amount of time to get over a loved one's passing? Maybe Clay never got over it. I could be wrong.
You might shoot it off by mistake.
There aren't any mistakes. Don't butt me!
Oh, so I said this way back when I first started doing long form videos about Moral Orel, back when they went camping. I said even though Clay was super drunk, he was well aware of what he was doing, and clearly Clay knew what he was doing. He remembers it, but Clay actually feels bad for it. But at the ending of Nature Part 2, Clay never apologized. Was that Clay just keeping his true thoughts in his head?
How's the hunting leg treating you?
Oh, really great, Mr. Figarelli. It doesn't constantly hurt a lot anymore. Sometimes I actually have moments where it just hurts a normal amount. There's one now. Oh, oops. See you later, less pain.
Even in a serious episode like this, Orel can always lift my spirits. Look, I'm still trying to get over the fact that Clay is the fucking mayor of Moralton.
Hunting leg?
Yeah, my dad...
The mayor?
Yeah, and I went hunting.
The mayor went hunting and you were hurt?
Well, my leg was. I shot myself.
Why is Orel covering for his dad? I thought Orel hated his dad. He even said he hated his dad. But I'm pretty sure Miss Censored Doll knows that it wasn't Orel that shot himself.
Your father is certainly not a nester.
Nestor?
Yes, you know. A mother bird caring for her precious, fragile eggs.
I don't like the way she's touching Orel. And I sure as hell don't like this face that Orel's making. That just might have to be this episode's thumbnail. I don't know.
Hunting is death. It's what our good mayor runs this town on.
Oh, shit. That was good. Clay does run this whole town off of death and despair. Since Clay is always emotionally distraught, he wants the entire town to be as miserable as him.
Stinking dead-end job.
Why does Clay have belts just on the ready, on the hook? Also, I'm pretty sure the blanket that Bilberto's knitting says Censored Doll for mayor. Clay is not gonna like this.
What other person in his right mind would want to anchor himself to a situation like mine? Mayor Treyarch.
Oh, great! It's ready! Thanks, Mom!
What's going on around here?
Orel is Miss Censored Doll's campaign manager.
Also, I would not want to be a mayor. Being solely responsible for a whole town, that's a lot of responsibility.
Our fair town is yearning for the guiding wing of a nurturing, life-giving matriarch. Moralton will finally be shed free of its savage, nest-upsetting hunter mare who shakes our precious nest and shatters our fragile life eggs.
Yikes.
Even though the show is showing that Censored Doll might be evil, I think she would actually be a much better mayor for this town than Clay. I'm assuming Clay doesn't do anything.
I know. Meet you in your study. Here you go. Would you like one, man? Here you go.
I don't know if you guys caught this, but normally Orel would gulp after being told to go to his study. He doesn't care. And just from this frame right here, Orel doesn't give a shit. Orel really has changed. God damn, that death stare is crazy. See, this is the kind of stuff that I'm excited for. God damn it, we only have one more episode left.
How are things?
I think we should get right to the lecture and punishment because I have a lot to do.
Mr. Busy!
You had 6 months to talk.
The last 6 months were not filled with you helping a madwoman campaign against me and my job.
You don't even like your job.
Like? No one likes their job.
Oral is just not giving Clay any sort of emotion, any sort of affection. Oral is sick of it.
Can I go now?
You know that thing you do with your hands and mouth and throat and stomach? That thing called eating? Well, say goodbye to that thing forever if I lose my position in this town because of you.
I will.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. This entire season, all I've wanted to see is the relationship between Oral and Clay. And we're finally seeing how it is. And this is 6 months after the camping trip. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I have been called a callous hunter by my esteemed opponent. Does hunting and death really pose such a horrible threat to this town? The only eggs I smash are the eggs of filth. The inhuman eggs that squeeze with vile evil through the tantalizingly moist passage of feminine foul temptation with wrongful, erotic succulence, completely enveloped by that soiled, evil, maternal opening.
What just happened? I might need you guys to help me in the comments to understand what just happened, but to me it seems like Censor Doll just saw Clay as her kid. What just happened? I'm so confused.
I have no rebuttal. I hereby concede to my worthy opponent.
What?
Miss Censordoll, what about your whole platform on nesting?
What? Did Censor Doll just fall in love with Clay? I don't know. I'm confused. Reverend Putty's reaction was literally my reaction.
I've been a bad dad, I admit it, okay? I'm sorry about shooting you. I'm sorry about the ignoring, blah, 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 all of that. Now that we've made up, you gotta tell me what that witch is up to.
Did Clay just admit that he shot his son in front of the fucking crowd? Look, I don't know if Clay actually meant what he just said. I don't know if he actually meant that he was sorry. But look, at the very least, Clay actually admitted to it. Whether he meant it fully or not, he didn't just keep it in his head. He actually said it. We're actually seeing character progression.
People just don't say what's on their mind, Dad.
Don't give me that, that's my line!
Well, guess it's true.
Well, of course it's true! Somewhere, way down deep inside, there's an even scarier, more horribly monstrous entity.
What?
Truth. Tell me the truth, Oral.
I don't know, Dad.
Don't know? Okay, well, I take everything back! And I'm glad I shot you.
I take back everything I said. Clay can't get past himself, and it's so sad to see that. I was really hoping Clay would actually get some character progression. Fuck, man, that's so sad. I'm actually pissed, man.
What do you have up your sleeve? You have special powers, don't you?
You flatter me, young Puppington.
Young? I'm your age.
In years, maybe.
I thought Miss Censor Doll was way older. Did she dye her hair gray?
As long as Mommy says you can. Mommy? Yes. Mommy.
Mommy. What do? I'm at the end of my rope. My kid, my wife, 2 illegitimate kids.
Is Censor Doll hypnotizing Clay? Oh, is that what nesting actually means? Is that the same thing as imprinting? No, because imprinting is when they're young, right?
Something that wouldn't produce another life.
There is.
I thought something completely different was happening. My bad. My mind is in the gutter.
That, my dear Mayor, is the only egg you'll ever find down there. Yeah, your mommy.
Ew. Censor Doll's hand is like holding Clay's ass. I understand she's the same age as Clay. I do not feel comfortable. So what, is next episode gonna be Clay leaving Bilberta and Clay starting a new life? Next episode is the last episode of the main series. This episode has given me zero context of how this show is gonna end. If you didn't know, there was supposed to be 2 more seasons after this, and season 3 was supposed to have 22 episodes. So they had to cut back on a lot of stuff. I have no idea how this is gonna end.